everybody, and welcome to Rotterdam and to the penultimate day's action in this, the 2008 Champions Trophy. Just 2 group matches left before tomorrow's medal and classification games, but what 2 matches they promise to be. First up is Germany, who take on Spain. And Germany, the reigning world champions and reigning Champions Trophy holders as well, are out of the final. The best they can manage now is 3rd place, but for Spain, a win today will guarantee them a place in tomorrow's final. 2 teams being led out onto the pitch by the match officials. That's David Gentles of Australia and Roel van Aert of the Netherlands. Germany in the white strip there. Eddie Tubau in conversation there with Timo West, the German captain. And already a good crowd in for this game. Full day's hockey entertainment awaits, and Spain, as I say, needing a win here to book a place in tomorrow's final. A nice simple recipe then for Maurits Hendrik's team, who've gone undefeated since losing out to the Dutch this time last week. And the team's lined up, and we await the start of the national anthems. There's Timo West, the German captain. Marcus Weiss's Germany haven't set the world on fire here. Disappointing form so close to the Olympics, but with Christopher Zell up there in the stands, they still have an ace to play in Beijing. Rousing version then of the Spanish national anthem there. Well, Eddie Tubau has been used sparingly in this tournament, and his fitness level will be of prime import to Maurits Hendrik's, the Spanish coach, as he prepares the Spanish challenge for Beijing. These 2 sides have met on 12 previous Champions Trophy occasions, and surprisingly perhaps Spain have a marginal advantage. 6 wins to Germany's 5, with just 1 draw. And Spain will be looking to extend that advantage today, but we'll primarily be thinking about the 17th of August, when these 2 meet again in Pool A in the Olympic Games. There's the German lineup today. No Sebastian Biedelack, who's been suspended by the tournament director for some argy-bargy in the game against Australia. More of that later on, perhaps. There's still plenty of talent in that German team. And there's a player they're going to badly miss. Zeller up there in the stands. Spain, well, again, a very experienced squad. One or two players coming towards the end of their international careers. Ribas at the back being one such. It's number 16, a classy defender and a very useful penalty corner converter as well. There's the influential Ramon Alegre. And apart from his defensive responsibilities, Alegre also pushes out the corners. Marcus Weissen, the coach of Germany, will be looking to finish the group games off with a win here against a quality opponent, an opponent that they will face up to again in Beijing. So it's Spain in those yellow and red singlets, already attacking the German goal down to our right hand side. This is Alegre, drilled across, and the opening goal in the first seconds. I don't think the Germans have touched the ball yet. The goal scorer, Holomat. Well, Rick, what a start.
Well, fantastic start. There's the coach looking very happy. Fraser ran, he passed, found Ramon Alegre, and Amat taps it in. There it is. Amat scored his 5th goal, 4 in one game. This is his first in this game, and it could be the start of another hat-trick perhaps, but there he was. And yes, the ball hadn't been touched by Germany, and it was in their net.
I can't remember too many quicker goals than that in international hockey. So a real boost there for Spain and a setback early on for Germany. Holomat, the goal scorer. What a start. The very first minutes, the very first attack, the very first play. Welcome, Rick.
Yeah, well,
hardly had time to draw breath.
It certainly came as a surprise. But it happens, and as a coach you say to your players, well, everyone worries about what you're going to do in the last 5 minutes and how you have to hang on or whatever, but you can win the game in the first minute. And certainly Spain have gone some way to doing that just now.
Minot. Ball intercepted first by Santi Fresha, now by Ramon Alegre. Fresha looks to get the ball moving forward. Germany clearly rattled by that possibly early start by Spain.
Interesting press conference the other day with Marcus Weiss. He was saying that they'd had a very heavy program coming into this tournament. So he knows that his team's not as fresh as it could be. And while they struggled right from the start, didn't they? They struggled with Argentina on the first day, fought back to get a tie, and they really haven't got into swing here, but it may well be that, as you say, they're just not as fresh as they could be, and they have another ace up their sleeve in Christopher Zeller. Of course, he will have to determine or pass fitness tests, and I think they have a camp in Spain in a few weeks' time, which will be critical for him.
Now, Weissenborn gets the ball going forward. Picked up here by Matthias Witthaus. On it goes. There's a Montag making a surge into the circle. Goes away disappointed.
For Germany to do well, Weissenborn has to get the ball a lot. He's a creative player in the midfield. And when he's playing well, they seem to be alive. They seem to make many more chances. He drifted in the game against Australia. He was quiet for a long time, and it was reflected in their performance. Against Australia, Germany really did struggle. Could have been 5 or 6.
There goes a match again. And this time quickly across, Timo Vess knocking the ball away. But Holomat, a veteran nowadays, but still a really classy player. And with a real eye for goal. 245 international caps already under his belt, and I'm not sure what Amat's intentions are going to be after Beijing, but he's approaching 30 years of age now. Perhaps one more Olympics left in him, who knows. He will be almost a super vet at that stage. We've seen with the likes of Jeroen Delmay, you can keep going if you look after your body.
Well, if he's physically sound, then yeah, I think you can play well into your 30s, and he's quick and he'll have natural speed. So whatever happens, he's going to be quick enough to survive in the game, just so long as he stays injury-free. And of course, you have to have the enthusiasm and the drive. God knows what else is happening in his life that may change that.
Gaza.
The Germans against Australia had trouble playing at Australia's tempo, and Spain are playing at a quick tempo. They're leading in the middle of the field. There's lots of movement, lateral movement across the field, and if they get into that swing and they play as they can, quickly counter-attacking, then Germany will struggle.
This is Witthaus on the ball, set up by Weissenborn again, the German playmaker. Rick was saying he does make things happen, Weissenborn. Ball drilled in and came off the German foot there. Again, it was Witthaus on the end. Matt slips it out to the left-hand side, looking for pressure, but Germany getting the ball back.
Best antidote, of course, for Spanish ascendancy is to score yourself.
Mistake here by Ribas, and it lets in Witthaus. Can he create a chance? Narrowing angle, good goalkeeping. But a half chance there. Poor defending for once by Xavi Ribas.
It just goes to show that long pass. Xavi Ribas just made the mistrap, and you mistrap the long pass, and you find yourself in your own circle defending. Cortez did well though, didn't he? He covered the angles. He was agile.
Quick. He's very quick.
Moved. Here it is. He's covering, stays on his feet. Then he's scrawling along the ground, but he did well.
Scramble there.
Yep.
Doesn't matter how you keep it out, as long as you keep it out. Advantage always with a forward, unfettered by all the protective equipment. Oh, some lovely skills on the ball by Weissenborn, and he wins the game's first penalty corner.
Well, he is critical, and a lovely play by Weissenborn. When he's on his game, then he's very dangerous. Runs from the midfield. He got the penetration there. Here's his play. Clever stick work. There's the pass across. And a stick check there from Ribas. Ribas not having such a good start.
The pace of Weissenborn there, the undoing. Ribas, a rueful shake of the head as he walked away. I think he knew what was coming. There's Montag alongside Sebastian Dragoon there, outside the circle. Weiss really needs a goal here, Rick.
Yes. Vess on the left, he's still used sometimes, but Montag would be my bet.
Dragoon's gone off to the right. Good stop. Montag shot. And Cortez doing well there. Hauk. Now for Vess. Hauk again. Might get a bit more pitch time out of him today with Biedelack out of action. Biedelack and Des Abbott, the Australian, both handed a one-match penalty by the tournament official. Ball drilled in, and no deflection there, no to appeal either.
And it is there's the corner taken, and Cortez, well, it was in the middle. You'd expect him to save it, and he did.
Bread and butter stuff. Oh, it could be a second. Oh, and it's gone wide. David Allegri there with a follow-up from Polomat. Who else? Luck there with the Germans. That could well have finished in the back of their net.
Fraser, bouncing ball across, and very nearly. I don't know whether Fraser mishit it, but the chance. Goalkeeper was there. Allegri, no. I wouldn't allow that. I'm not sure what the sanction was there, really. I mean,
I think it was just a miss.
It wasn't really dangerous. It was just a miss, yes. Had it gone in, it may have been allowed.
Alex Fabregas just tidying up at the back for Spain.
Enrique did well there. He is pictured, he's pretty agile, quick. But the ball went round him, and Witthaus, looking for the corner, couldn't get it.
Ben Vest plays it back for his big brother and captain, Timo. They look so alike, these two, as well. Amat. Really good movement. Oh, it's a lovely through pass. Amat again. Nice stick check there by a Matt, but he just seems to float across the surface, Ricky. Very deceptive runner, isn't he?
Well, he's very quick, and people who are fast generally have a fluency about them. Tundenoy is another case in point, but he moves very quickly. He received the ball so fluently there. Just couldn't quite get the shot away that he wanted, but he's very dangerous.
Rick, we're about 40 days away now from the start of the Olympic tournament in Beijing. How much and what sort of work will the coaches be looking to do after? So I don't expect an instant answer to that, but perhaps in the course of this game, give us some insight into the sort of things the coaches want to build on post the Champions Trophy.
Well, I think that what you have to say about the... Oh, and here's a chance for Whithouse.
Rebus is there.
What you have to say about the Champions Trophy, it's the best preparation practice matches you can get for the Olympics. 40 days is not long, as you know, but what we're seeing here is what we're going to get, I suspect. The teams haven't got too much up their sleeve. Everyone says, well, they're hiding things. Well, yeah, there's some set plays and there's some things they wouldn't use, but effectively, a lot of the players here are playing for a spot in the Olympics, so they're not holding back. And I think what we've seen here is a pretty even group of teams, really. If you look at the last day, there's a lot of possibilities still. And one or two of the teams haven't played up to their performance, but with some polishing, they can be better in 40 days. And I'm talking there about Korea and Germany. I think Germany have got another capacity. They can do more than they've done here.
And the climatic issues with Beijing, some work perhaps to do it.
I think, well,
high ball over the top. Nothing happening there.
The interesting thing is that the weather's cool here, and so there's probably more tempo in the way teams are playing, and we've seen it today, and we've seen it in the way that Spain are playing. The sharpness and the fastness about them, which may not be reproducible in Beijing.
No, this is Zella.
So we'll see more of this, which is the one team waiting at the half line for the other team to bring the ball up, half-court press, and the counter-attack. Of course, the fittest teams will be able to press more and to take more risks, and there'll be an advantage there. But Spain just waiting on the half line for Germany.
Prussia taking a break. Free hit goes to the Spaniards, about 10 metres inside their own half of the field. Rebus now for Allegre.
And besides that first chance and the other one which didn't really get on target, they've only had one chance really, Spain, haven't they? And score in the first seconds of the game does give you some confidence.
They've certainly shown they know the way into that German circle. Far too easy from a German perspective, that one. Now Zella. Timo Vess. Lofted ball for Tibor Weissenborn. He's marked there by Rock Oliver with that Perspex face protector. Ball drilled into the wrong angle there. Looking for the lead of Philip Witte. Enrique. Rebus for Allegre. Fabregas. It's a lovely ball forward. Shot goes in, and a deflection takes it wide. We've got Eddie Arbos there with that right shoulder, which was injured coming into this tournament. He missed out on the Euro Hockey League finals. He's restored to something like fitness now. And obviously guarding against that with that heavy strapping.
He had a fall the other day, and it looked like he might have injured it again, but it's good to see him back on the field.
Oliver turning away there. Fabregas arriving at the top of the circle, almost got something on it.
Weisenbaum was attending to him, and he had to be, otherwise Fabregas was in for a shot.
Back he goes. Oliver, a real snap at the stick there. That was Philip Zeller. There's a lovely ball in, and the shot just over the top there from Roddy Garza. Very, very close.
Well, if you had a criticism of the Spanish team a couple of years ago, it would have been that their defenders were just defenders, but increasingly they're coming forward. I'm sure they've learned something from Australia, who have perhaps easily the most flexible defensive unit, players who can play at the back and also come forward, and Garza is a case in point there. Really, a year or two ago would you have seen him have a shot at goal, but there he was sneaking up, taking his opportunity. Ramon Alegre scored the other day from the right defensive position, so they have added some strings to their bow.
This is Zeller. Vess. Ball off the foot there. Oliver Korn sweeps it forward. Garza making a mistake there in defence. Plenty of cover this time in the shape of Alex Fabregas.
Germany have been required to alter their defence without Biedelack. He is an important player in the defence. Live wire, quick and versatile at the back there. And he got in an altercation with Des Abbott. It was a pretty minor thing, but the powers that be have determined that those players are disqualified for today, and so Germany only have 15 to choose from, and Australia in a later game will be in the same position.
Nice lay-off there from Weissenborn, but Witte not trapping the ball cleanly. Away comes Spain again. Jose Burrell working down the right-hand side. Ribas, little shaky in the early stages, but looks to have settled again now. Oliver out by the far touchline there. Pretty much every seat has been sold today. 8,000 capacity here in Rotterdam, and most of them will be coming in for the Dutch men's game later on against Australia. It'll be a real do-or-die affair. Pressure missing out, and let in there by another mistake from Zeller. Philip Zeller there, the brother of Christopher.
In spite of the cooler weather, there's still a couple of dry patches, and yeah, the ball can bobble, and even though it looks simple, trapping this ball when it's moving at speed is not easy.
Ribas. And the umpire spotted an infringement here, a little bit of a tug off the ball. And it's Benjamin Vess shown the green card.
Just leaning on the Spanish player. Just impeded him. And Burrell couldn't get to the ball. He probably would have got to the ball had it not been for that.
So well spotted there by the Dutch umpire, Roel van Aert. Ben Vess there, just hiding behind the man he's marking. Pressure. Again playing that early ball into the circle. First under pressure. Goes on the backhand and hits the ball over the Spanish baseline for a bit of field position there. Garza sets Spain going again. Ribas, a lovely one over the top, and Alegre almost on the end of that one.
And I think just another example of what I was saying earlier, Ramon Alegre much more adventurous than he would have been a couple of years ago, running forward. Didn't connect with it, but the principle, the idea was there.
Ball off the foot of first up. It'll be a hit out for the Spanish. Weiss leaning on the dugout there, looking on. Team of recovered from that early setback. But they're playing against a well-known and very dangerous opponent in this Spanish team. Tubau's made a run ahead of Amat. Amat hangs on and then tries to find Tubau, but the window was closed. Zella under pressure. Amat's done it again. David Allegri, little slip, but he's still in possession. It's a lovely ball. Now this is Eddie Tubau attacking the German circle, and a free hit given just a metre or so outside the German shooting circle here. Tubau tries to work the ball in. Timo West was there for Germany near the penalty spot. It needed to be a secure trap, and it was there.
Minute or two of sustained pressure now from Spain. Will it lead to something?
Forster gets the ball clear for Witthaus. Now Dragoon. Well pressurised there by Fabregas. That's Alex Fabregas. Ramon Allegri back for Xabi Ribas.
You expect people like Fabregas and the middle of the field to be good at stealing the ball, but what is impressive about this Spanish team is the strikers. Amat, Tubau, Fraser. They pounce on you if you let the ball loose in the defence. Very quick and very skillful. And it's a significant shift in the game, I think, over the last decade, the quality of tackling and interception by strikers.
Wild clearance, and it's penalised.
Now it's a couple of minutes of sustained pressure. The ball's been there for a long time. The Spanish keep getting it back. They keep pumping it in. Will it lead to an error?
The first corner. Nice pick up again by Amat. Working along the baseline, and the whistle's gone in favour of the defence. Germany do need to get the ball clear and settle. Eddie Tubau tussling with Weissenborn. And Tubau, I think, in spot of bother here with Roel van Aert. Green card, just a general warning. Here's Eddie Tubau, not showing any signs of the injury that kept him out.
Look where the free hit's being taken. This is the 16, I would imagine, is it? Or what's the
this is being moved 10 yards forward, I think, for not retreating. But, yeah, Tubau was making a valid point there. He was 10 yards from where the offence took place initially. Enrique going down in slow motion there. And he's being helped to his feet, whether he wants to go there or not. Seems to have caught one across the back of the knuckles.
On the follow through. He got it on the follow through, I think. Ooh, yeah.
Painful knock there for Enrique, catching Witthaus' stick. David Allegri switched flanks now, out on the right-hand side. Chased there by Nevado. Could raise that one now. Polomat. Lovely. Ooh. And played just too far ahead of David Allegri. Otherwise he might have been in with a shooting chance there. Carlos Nevado running back into position. Amat. And Allegri and Nevado getting a bit of a tangle.
Well, with Fraser, Tubau and Amat in the front, and the Soyo still covering. Yeah, they're dangerous at the front there, aren't they?
If you were playing them, the defence wouldn't get much sleep the night before. It's going to be quick, isn't it?
Well, interestingly, they drew with Australia, and Australia really had the better of the game and looked like they were going to win it, but those players didn't have the same ascendancy, but I think there was a lot of attention paid to them.
Long corner. Forster tries to drill the ball in. Again, it's a free hit to the Germans, a little closer to the edge of that Spanish circle this time. flat ball in. This is Korn. Very calmly done there by Ribas, reaching out on the reverse stick side and then getting the ball clear.
Good free hit. Korn found space but couldn't get a good shot away, and Ribas, as you say, pretty calm.
Montag on the overlap. Salah quickly in. Montag looking at his options here, sweeps it in. This is Vithouse, turns, and it came off his foot, I think, in the end. And Vithouse has said too much, I think. Too close to David Gentles.
He's saying it was a stick check, but he actually did well with House. I'm not sure. I don't blame him. The umpire blew something that wasn't there.
So green card for Matthias Vithouse.
I mean, Whithouse could have easily had more and ends up the free hit against him. No, I can't see it.
Another rueful shake of the head there. I think the one thing the replay shows just how hard it is to be an umpire sometimes. Those packed circles, particularly at free hit situations, there's been a lot going on. I'm sure it'll be something that the hockey authorities will have to look at post-Olympics. It's getting very untidy with these free hits close to the circle, and at times possibly dangerous as well. Now here comes Ribas, just hanging on to the ball. Plays the ball into the mix there for Fabregas. Here he is again. Back it goes for Gaza.
And this is very boring too, this, isn't it? And just the ball being played back and forward. You might see a fair bit of that in Beijing. I hope not.
Gaza.
But I had occasion to speak to the umpires' managers today, and one of the points I was making is we really need rules that can be umpired, and some of the situations are really impossible for the umpires.
Allegri losing out there. Nevada quickly in, but Spain still in possession. Amat's had gone deep. Now Fresher. Amat's continued his run. Got a wonderful eye for the ball, Polomat. He can pick it out wherever it comes to him, on the air, in the air, on the ground, left or right. Just swats it down, brings it under control.
It's uncanny, isn't it? It really is.
The hockey stick's like a magic wand in his hand sometimes.
And
like all the great trick, he seems to have time.
Well, he looks off balance sometimes even, but then he just brings the ball in under control, and he does it at pace too.
Just got a shot there of Maurits Hendricks. He knows the worth of Polomat more than most. Tubau. Oh, it's a lovely ball in, and in the end a very good save. Santi Fresher. Poacher's instinct there. This is Nevado, runs it out for Germany. Really confident start this by the Spaniards. Germany starting to get into the game, but only in fits and starts really.
Well, yeah, the majority of the chances and the penetration has certainly come from Spain, and Verbolz was required then to make a very good save.
Forster looking at his options, there aren't many.
We're all back.
Zeller was definitely the best option all along there. Here he is again. Ben Vess. Hauk. Back for Zeller again. No, Weissenborn. Vithouse. Nice change of direction. Ball has come off a Spanish foot. While making sure the free hit's taken the right position. It is. Montag puts it in. A bit of a scramble there. And it's come for Vess. And he wins something here. Ball up in the air dangerously. Spain take the free hit really quickly now. Look who's on the ball here. And Matt. He's only got Timo Vess ahead of him. He slips it for Tubau. Looking to get the ball back. And what's that come off? It's come off a German foot. And Spain have a penalty corner. Really good break that. Tubau getting up there alongside Polomat, and Matt found him with a pass.
Yeah, I think it hit Hauke's foot. Oh, this is the earlier ball. There's the save.
Last save, really good save. Bolts there was moving towards the ball, and in a dynamic enough situation to get the ball clear. So Germany prepared to defend this, the first Spanish corner of the half, and it comes with about 7.5 minutes left. There's the likely recipients, Xavi Ribas. Weissenborn too quickly off the line. Wolvenert just making sure the Germans go back behind the line. Ramon Allegri sets himself again. Oh, it was looking for Santi Fresha. It's not clear. Oh, it's a very good shot and save. It was a hit at goal, and the first shot at goal when hit needs to be along the deck, and that was well off the ground. There's the shot going in. Oh, very good save, but the whistle already gone. Wouldn't have counted. Real mix-up at the top of the circle. It almost worked. Gaza taking on the shot.
Well, the ball started to bobble on the way out. It was always going to be trouble for the top, at the top of the circle for the trapper.
Well, from our elevated position high up in the grandstand here, we can see the state of the pitch. It does look particularly dry, Rick, over in that German circle near where the ball was being pushed out from. There's quite a lot of lighter patches. That may have caused the ball to bobble. Once it starts, it didn't know when to stop. Ribas killing a few seconds here. Spain good value for their lead, and perhaps thinking that one goal's a poor return for a lot of attacks.
And they're not in a hurry, are they? They're quite patient. Just playing the ball at the back. The Germans waiting. And a bit of a stalemate.
So the impasse is broken with an aerial ball. Oh, and high bounce off the turf there. Xavi Ribas so accurate with those aerial balls. The bounce was incredibly high. Montag comes back in. This is Hauk. Nicely left there by Ramon Allegri. He knew that there was no one behind him. Weissenborn, he's been influential, but only in patches in this first half here.
Well, he's created things when he's had the ball. Probably hasn't had enough. He has a defensive role, of course, as a midfielder, and because Spain have had the ball so much, perhaps that's one of the reasons it's hard for him to get in the game with the same influence.
Florian Kell, lovely ball forward. This is Dragoon, Ribas there. Ramon Allegri. Or blocked by Dragoon. That come off. And the umpire's conferring here. Plenty of advice coming from the German. Ramon Allegri not happy. The decision given as it came off the foot here. Ramon Allegri protesting his innocence.
They're saying it was too high, but I think it was a shin pad ball. Let's have a look. Well, he was jumping, but certainly he hit him in the lower part of the shin pad, I think.
And I think a word too many here for David Gentles.
Now Gaza's going to get the same treatment that Whithouse got earlier. The green card. We don't need any more from you.
David Gentles will be the one to end the conversation, not the player who was keen to get back to the goal line. No card, but a firm talking to, as good as a card. Montag leaning forward on his stick. Florian Keller behind him there. Florian Keller has been in the goals here for Germany, and he'll have inked his name in for Beijing.
He's the leading goal scorer at this stage of the tournament.
Christopher Zeller up in the stands. I'm sure he'd rather be out there on the field. Spain too quickly off the line. And again, it's Florian Keller who's likely to take the shot on here. It's Germany's second corner. Montag had the first one, and he's there again as an option. But they showed the hands on that aborted corner. Will they change the routine here? Montag closest to us. There's Keller again. It took a deflection, and that could have gone anywhere. And it's hit Rebus high, I think, and so the umpire's decision is that it was dangerous. Rebus limped. Oh yes, it was very high, in fact. Painful one there for Rebus.
Weisenbaum having a talk with the umpire. Suicide running, he was saying. He's saying the player ran down the middle deliberately. One of the possible situations is that the umpires to determine
and
what is
a yellow card here.
Ben Vess, is it?
Yeah, a push, I think, Rick, off the ball. The ball was played powerfully forward.
And a corner. And
that's Ben Vess. He picked a green up earlier on, didn't he?
He did. He got a green earlier, so the umpires have decided they're going to be really tough. But, well, we didn't see it. Perhaps the replay will show it. He's off. And in the earlier game, one of the Indian women's players, there's the ball 5. Well, certainly couldn't see anything there, could we?
The umpire was absolutely sure. The German captain has put a word in for his player, his little brother, but to no avail. Ben Vess will be sitting out a minimum of 5 minutes here. Best view in the house apart from the one on your television screen. So Spain prepare now to take their second corner. Rebus, who took that painful blow at a German corner a moment ago. And again Weisenborn breaks. And Van Aert goes across to Ramon Alegre and says, you induced that. I think Alegre, we saw him using bottled water to water the pitch. Pretty expensive way of doing it. It can do the whole surface, just to make sure the ball starts on the level. Rebus' shots! And it couldn't have been more than a couple of centimetres wide. He went low to the keeper's right. Watch it again. And for the moment it left his stick, it looked like that was, yes, it was that close, Maritz, wasn't it? That close.
But Burboltz was there. He had his stick down. Whether or not it was a little bit late, we won't know because it didn't matter.
Weisenborn twisting and turning his way into that Spanish circle. Long corner. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. This is the last of the group matches for these two sides. Argentina and Korea already finished their group programme. Argentina had a really good tournament here. This is dangerous for Spain. Again, Cortez quickly out, and he got lucky there with a rebound. And how did that stay out? The Spanish goal was very much under threat there. Cortez had a little bit of fortune on his side. The ball bouncing around so close to goal. So Spain, who very nearly went 2 goals up a moment ago, came perilously close to losing their lead altogether there. Vithouse again sets off on a run. Different complexion this could put on Weiss's half-time talk if his team can get level here. There's that extraordinary series of incidents a moment ago.
It looked like a stalemate.
Legs. Oh, that seemed to be destined for the back of the net.
Well, Weisenbaum was surprised. It looked like a stalemate, and then suddenly the ball came out, and all he could do was slap it, and not with any speed, and Cortez in the end just deflected it away with his stick. So they've had their moments, the Germans, but certainly sporadic compared with those of Spain.
Here's Fresher again. Can he pull the ball back here? Goalkeeper Burboltz doing well, and warmly applauded there by a knowledgeable crowd here at the home of the Rotterdam Hockey Club. Enrique taking on the attack. Up from the back again, one of those attacking defenders. There's another one, Garza running back as well. Vithouse. And he was aware there was no time left, an aimless ball forward in the end. So half-time here in Rotterdam, and Spain with that early goal scored by Polomat lead Germany here by 1-0. Paul and Matt on the team bench doing some running repairs as David Gentles continues the debate there with Matthias Witthaus, and very sensibly there, one of the German coaching staff, man you might know, Rick, just easing him away to the safety of the dressing room. Well, Matt's home stick repairs continue apace here, but a really good first half that by Spain. 1 goal to the good. It could have been more, but right at the death, Germany came perilously close to what would be an ill-deserved equaliser. So half-time here, and there's the scoreline for you. Germany trail Spain by 1 goal to 0. Welcome back then to Rotterdam, and the players are off for their half-time break. Germany trailing Spain by 1-0 here in what was a fascinating first half of hockey, and richly rewarding those people who made their way to this really wonderful appointed club. And what a start it was. Spain playing in those yellow and red shirts straight from the start here, and just look what finished. What happened here? Ball played across. Germany hadn't even laid a stick on the ball, and Polomat was there, and with that wonderful instinct to nose for a goal that he's got, 1-0. Germany have had their chances. This was Matthias Witthaus moving Cortez around, but the Spanish goalkeeper did well, denying the German a clear sight of his goal. Germany frustrated there, looking to get back. And that was Roddy Garza's shot, sailing over the bar. It was quite close when it reached the goal. It was always going up and crashed high into the stop netting. Spain had the better half. That was a wonderful save by Babolts from Santi Fresh's shot. And Spain there very close to the second. Babolts will be delighted with his intervention. And then towards the end of the half, the Xavi Ribas there pushing the ball all along the deck, and just a couple of centimetres wide. Well, keeper, I think, was a little late getting down. I think that would have been in the back of the net. And then a real scramble with seconds ticking down in the half. Only about 90 seconds to go. And the Spanish goal somehow surviving. So just that one goal in the first half, but a promise of more to come as we look forward now to what should be a pulsating second half. Just to set the scene, Spain need to win this game to make sure they are part of tomorrow's final. There's the story of the half. Spain with 10 shots to Germany's 6. Germany shading the possession in their opponent's half of the field, and indeed the circle penetrations as well. And Germany finished the half reduced to 10 men. We saw a yellow card shown to Ben Vess for what we can only assume was a push off the ball. So there's the German team, Timo Weissenborn there, number 14, alongside Matthias Witthaus. They've linked together very well, those two. Cloud from early morning, giving way now to some sunshine. Very welcome indeed. Well, I've got Rick Charlesworth sitting alongside me. Rick, did you enjoy that first 35?
Yeah, well, there was some quality hockey. Unfortunately, the only goal we saw was in the first second, but there were plenty of chances. This team making the majority of them. Interestingly, when you look at the statistics, possession held more by the Germans. That wasn't my impression, but certainly when it came to the penetrations and the really dangerous chances, you'd have to say Spain had the better of that half. And I think it looks like they're making sure they get plenty of water on the pitch. We were concerned that the pitch was drying out a little bit, so the people in charge making sure that there's plenty of water on the pitch for the second half. That's a wise move, because it will dry out. There's a fair bit of wind here today, and the sun's poking its head through.
Yes, it was well documented. This pitch does dry out very quickly, and these are very difficult conditions to be organised. But I'm pleased to see they've got some extra hoses, perhaps from the fire brigade, alongside the pitch today. So they're belching out as much water as they can possibly muster here to make sure the players have the perfect playing conditions. And of course, they're certainly not complaining about an additional weight.
They're putting as much as possible on the circles, because that's where the critical things will be happening. You can perhaps live with it sometimes in the middle of the field, but we saw in the first half perhaps a little dry in the circle there. That can be a problem.
David Gentles, the Australian umpire, we saw him in conversation with Matthias Witthaus at half-time, and Witthaus was pulled away by the German assistant coach Andrew Meredith to the relative safety of the dressing room. And they can let the talking be done with the hockey sticks in the next half an hour or so. Well, Spain can only dream about the start they enjoyed, taking the lead. Well, I didn't have a clock on it, but it only been about 15 seconds when Polomat's shot finished in the back of Uli Babolts' net. There's the suspended Ben Vess, a smile for the camera. Nothing to be proud of Mr. Vess, but his team will be playing one short for the start of the second half.
Well,
I think we're ready to go here, Rick.
Yep. Ben Vess has been off for about 8 minutes, so only a couple more to go, I would think, before he'll be back on. Hopefully, for Germany's sake, they can hold out.
So it'll be Matthias Witthaus who gets the second half underway here. Germany in those white shirts against Spain, who lead by 1-0. The goal scorer, Holomat. Now Weissenborn. Held up there by Fabregas. High ball over the top, just pushing Spain back. That ball will roll over Ribas's baseline, forcing Spain to start all over again from the back. Rudi Garza. Ribas. Garza, little mistrap, but he's plenty of time to recover the situation. Enrique. Hits that one hard at Garza. Sometimes that's easier to stop. Enrique thinking about a forward run, but changing his mind. Fabregas. Germany just sitting off at the moment. Through ball at Tubau, somehow didn't pick the ball up, might just skipped off the turf ahead of him. Lovely ball through.
Well left by Allegre too. It was played straight to Allegre, he played over it, and that's what deceived the defence. Maybe surprised Tubau.
Montag for Zeller. Germany just running down the suspension as well, perhaps here, killing a few more seconds before they get back to full numbers. Minot back for Timo Vess. Weissenborn's mistrap. David Allegre. No whistle. Weissenborn down the left-hand side. Just knocked over the sideline. And Germany are now back to full strength. Ben Vess invited to come back. In fact, he's immediately substituted. And on comes Carlos Nevado. Lovely pull back here. And a penalty corner decision. And Spain were rocking there. Lovely pullback. Witthaus in the thick of the action, as ever. With him on the ball. Philip Witte was trying to get there.
Witte had people blocking him. I'm sure there was a foot, a breach, and a terrific opportunity now. Nevada, of course, replaces Vest because the Germans were playing without an extra one at the front. So they've got the full complement on and a penalty corner. Not a bad start to the second half. Montag waiting.
Nicholas Minot pulls the ball out. Montag's the dummy this time! And the deflection, I thought, came off the defender's stick. The umpire didn't think so, which is all that really matters. Good routine this by Germany. Timo Vess, the captain. Missing out there.
Ramon Allegre was reaching across, but maybe it was Witthaus's stick.
Comes here, I'm surely a second. And it's finished in the back of the nets. David Allegre was there and Fabregas. And Spain starting the second half with a goal. Not quite as quick as the one in the first half, but quick enough. A match through ball. Fabregas, and it was Allegre in the end, had the simplest of tasks, pushing the ball into an unguarded net. A real scramble there. They couldn't get to Allegre. And Holomat, the goal scorer, becomes a supplier.
Well, first couldn't make the trap. Bourbolt's got connected. They stumbled, the ball bounced over him, and the easiest chance you'd ever get. You and I would have scored that one, Nick.
Well, you might have done. I'd have been kicking that, I think. So 2-0, and just desserts really here for Spain. You really really do look a side who've found their form here in Rotterdam. Very different to the Spain we saw on the opening day when they went down to the Netherlands.
Well, if you remember that day, they didn't play that badly. It wasn't as bad as the score, and I think what we're seeing today is a continuation of steady improvement throughout the tournament. They really got a lift, of course, when they won 7-2 against Korea, and that really gave them some momentum.
This is David Aguirre, picks it up again. A goal score of a moment or two ago. Lovely play involving Fresher. David Aguirre again. This is Polomat. Oh, lovely skills from a Matt. Pulled across, off the foot, penalty corner. Well, the other difference, of course, is that Eddie Tubau has come back into the Spanish selection now, and he was being rested and protected early in the tournament. The incident that led to the corner.
First again.
Tubau's one of those players who makes things happen around him. Brings the best out of the likes of Fresher and Polomat.
Well, he just gives you somebody else you've got to really pay attention to, and even though he's not fully fit, I think he's playing within himself. It certainly has made a difference. And now you get the impression that Spain could break away here. They could win by a lot. They're getting confident and they're penetrating.
Fresher shots. Oh, it's gone through Bubbles this time. And Santi Fresher makes it 3. And this is turning out to be another bad day at the office for Germany. Santi Fresher. And surely that goal now enough to secure one of the 2 places in tomorrow's final for the Spanish. It came off a defender's stick, didn't it?
Wiesenbaum, yeah, well, the runner out gets his stick, and that's just enough to make it very difficult for Bubolts.
Doesn't take much. It's a little change of direction. Bubolts was undone by it.
Well, you can get a little bit on it, it goes over the top, or you get a little bit on it and it goes in the corner or deceives the goalkeeper. And we saw, well, the Germans had a corner at the beginning of the half, deflection that went over the top, and that gone in, then it's 1-1. Suddenly they're 3-0 down and not looking good.
Keller trying to get things going again for Germany out there. The Germans just moving the Germans back outside that dotted 5-metre circle. There's some pushing again in the circle. The umpires, I think, are really on the lookout for this now.
Wiesenbaum is easily 5 yards away from the ball. I don't know why they're worrying.
Plays by for territory there. Gaza, very calmly done, but not particularly well done. Straight to Förster. Ramon Alegre. Well, Spain's corner conversion coming into this game was running at 24%. So 1 from 3 today, a slight improvement on that.
Bit of frustration from the Germans there.
Ball slipped in off the foot. Carlos Nevado there, just overrunning the ball.
It's almost like sometimes when you're down, it looks like everything's going against you. That was lifted. I think that's the reason it's been blown. Nevado pointing at something else, but hit him on the foot.
This is Fabregas on the overlap. Looks into the circle. Clever ball. And it was blown there.
Some frustration for Germany. Of course, these teams both will be meeting each other in the Olympics in the pool matches, so important.
Lovely steal by Fresher. Wiesenbaum a little slow. Fresher shoots straight at Bubolts. No problems this time for the big man. Problems there as Fresher fell. The German very sportingly not following through. It could have caused a lot of trouble there. Fresher wants the shot straight at Bubolts.
Quite a few mistakes being made with the umpires here. The ball was pushed onto the German foot. The Spanish wanted it but didn't get it.
Ribas. Forward for David Allegre. Sets off on a run down that right-hand touchline. Germany's free hit. Montag, ball coming off his body, but no real advantage gained there. Play waved on. Dragoon. Back it goes for Zeller. Now Timo Vess. Crossfield aerial. It's a high one, but bouncing away there. No one underneath it. There's Carlos Navarro, Germany's number 7. Still very much playing for his Olympic place. Out of favour with the selectors earlier in the season. Very impressive club form. Aerial there played into the grandstand, causing some alarms down in front of us. Germany's free hit. First had drilled it in. And again, the ball was lifted. Florian Keller trying to cause some problems. Weissenborn just getting underneath the ball. Fabregas. Now Gaza running the ball clear. Trying to play in Eddie Arbos, who's been used sparingly in this game. Germany trying to get their act together here. No, it's not been a good game. The result now probably beyond them.
Well, you can't see them winning the game. You can see Spain perhaps getting a couple more. Ooh, that was a little push, but already the breach had been blown. But this means that they'll be playing Korea for 5th and 6th. Whatever happens in the other game, it won't matter. If Germany were to lose here, then there's no way they can finish above 4 points, and so whatever happens, they're consigned to the 5th and 6th match.
Yes, that's not the situation that the Germans will be either pleased with or wish to get used to, but sorry to labour the point. Of course, 2008 is all about the Olympics, but this has not been a stellar performance from the Germans. They'll be hoping that they can turn it around before Beijing. Enrique's ball forward. Ben Vest thought he'd been eased off it there, but
and I just think it's an indication of their frustration. Just trying to make the point to the umpire that he'd been pushed. A few of the decisions haven't been going their way. There's a degree of angst out there, and it doesn't help you play when you're feeling like that.
Forster takes it down well. Navarro into the circle, but met there by Xavi Ribas. Solid. Bobolts comes out, kicks the ball forward for Timo Vest. Now on again for Zeller. Forster. Forster well marked out there. The ball was seeking out to Tobias Haug at the top of the circle, but Spain were very much geared up to clear that one. Gaza strikes it forward. Looking for the run there of Jose Borrell in the bright red shoes.
The Spanish seem to have all the answers, don't they? And now they're content to defend, counter-attack.
Well,
they're not going to take too many risks, are they?
Dictating terms here. It looks as if that stat we gave you at the top of the programme, where Spain have won 6 of the 12 games previously in Champions Trophies against Germany. So Germany's 5. Looks like the gap is going to widen by 1 here, unless Germany can really turn this one around, but it looks beyond them. And once again, Maurits Hendricks' team playing really well at a very high level. Vess. Montag. Out over the top. Timo Vess again. Spain allowing Germany possession of the ball. Just dropping off them. Philip Zeller again. Carlos Nevado ordering those around him into position. Thoughtful player, Nevado. I was very surprised to see him out of the lineup just a couple of months ago, and delighted to see him back in there now. He looks a quality player to me. Germany, of course, with an embarrassment of riches on the ball positions. Now Dragoon. Lovely skill, ball pulled back. Chance here, and played over the crossbar by Montag. Dragoon there using his strength and reach to good effect.
When things aren't working for you, Dragoon knocks it back. Montag just a touch there, and unfortunately over the top. Yeah, when they're not working, they don't work, do they? Just that little bit.
And the three up, those flash into the back of the net, and goes to 4.
Well, we pointed out they could have got one at the beginning of the half, and you know, it's reasonable given the chances. It could be 3-2, but now 3-0, and that doesn't look good. It's a test, I think, for the Germans, and they have to approach it that way. Okay, 20 minutes to play. How are we going to go from here? We have to get ourselves back in the game. They have got Christopher Zeller to come back, who's an outstanding player, but you just wonder whether or not they've got the brilliance to win an Olympics this time round. They've certainly got a solid team. They've certainly got some quality. They've got sound defence. Have they got the brilliance?
Here's Dragoon looking for a touch of brilliance, not finding it in that moment. They've played just over 4.5 games. They've conceded 16 goals. That's a very un-Germanic defensive record.
And they've been sharing the load with the two goalkeepers. They've shared the goals against. Weinhold, who we thought had quite a difficult game earlier on, in fact played very well against Australia. Buboltz has had the other 3 matches, and he'd been in reasonable form, but perhaps today, is there anything he could have done anything about? Maybe not the first one, from my recollection. He was unlucky with the deflection on the corner, and the other one bobbled over him, so perhaps only half an error for him. So it's not goalkeeping, really.
They've got Christian Schulte at home as well, and Schulte may decide that not coming here to Rotterdam has worked in his favour. Only that man really knows where he is with his goalkeeping selections, though. And he's certainly not telling me at the moment. Timo Vess looking for Weissenborn. The Spanish defender coming over and making it dangerous. So Germany now with a free hit, which is taken very quickly. Just running out of ideas and space down there. Montag trying to get forward on every opportunity.
Given that these two teams have got to meet each other in an important pool game in the Olympics, then Germany would want one back. They would want another one back, perhaps, just so they can hold their heads up when they consider that game.
That's a lovely layoff. This is Polomat. Speed of a match stick work. Absolutely immaculate. Fresher working very hard to keep possession here. Picture a moment ago, Christoph Menke and Max Weinhold sitting alongside Christopher Zeller up in the grandstand. 3 players brought here to Rotterdam, not included in today's 16. And Tubau continues his run, trying to work away into the circle. Germany falling back in numbers. Santi Fresher trying to volley his way through there. This is Philip Witte Good feed forward there for Haug, but all just coming off the German foot. Spain happy just to slow the tempo down now. They've done the hard work for the day, secured the win. That was going to be their guarantee of a place in tomorrow's final. So much about sport is about confidence. And here's a man full of confidence. Santi Fresher then using his strength. He was out for so much of last season, but he's back now and firing seemingly on all cylinders.
Well, Amat and Fraser created that wonderful run from Amat. Found Fraser, a little strength there. There was a bit of a push. There was a stick check. Germans thought that Fraser was protecting the ball, but on balance, probably right.
Fresher built like a defender with a pace and an attacker. Ramon Allegra again watering the pitch, press the ball with that bottled water. So important the ball starts off on a true path. It's David Allegra in fact pushing this time rather than his brother Ramon, keeping it in the family. There it goes. Good shot, met well this time by Bobolts. Fresher again pulls the ball back to Bow, bit wild. To Bow there, not concentrating fully. There was no one near him. He had more time, I think, than he thought. There was the shot. Saved there by Bobolts' right hand. It's the hand that holds the stick. So no further damage inflicted on Germany there.
He got a lot of glove on it, didn't he? It bounced back fast. And it doesn't do that unless you get it right in the middle.
Witthaus. To Bow again. Break here. Fresher ahead of him. Fresher quickly on. Really good reactions there. Timo West just about back in position. Plenty of work today for the German captain. And he's got a big job lifting the confidence of this group on and off the field here.
Nothing would lift that confidence more than a goal. What's the way? How do you get there? Germany, very methodical team. And as we've said, without perhaps the brilliant penetration that Spain have, that makes it more difficult for them. They often have to work very hard for their goals.
Well, there's not a team in the world that wouldn't miss the quality of a player such as Christopher Zeller, and certainly Germany have shown here in Rotterdam that they're not half the side without him.
Again, just a bit more frustration for the Germans. Yes, the Spanish player was blocking, was over the ball, but you can remonstrate with the umpire, you're not going to get anywhere.
Easy pickings there for David Allegra, who sets off one of those loping runs of his. To Bow, quickly in. He seems to have a hand on Zeller. And played there after the whistle. Half an apology, I thought, for a moment there from Santi Fresher.
Muted, wasn't it?
It was, yes, it was.
He did shoot after the whistle, that's why the Germans are upset.
In fairness to me, it wasn't full-blooded. I think he was trying to pull out. Now Witter. He was impeded right on the edge of that circle. Witter over the ball, and he's denied the chance to shoot there by Ribas and then by Fabregas. And this is Amat up against Zeller again, not for the first time going down. Well, Amat's accused of the dive there. And, this is an anxious moment for Spain. Amat seems to have gone down on that ankle.
His legs got caught up with Zeller.
They seem to be pouring Zeller away. Look at the hand.
He pushed Zeller there, his leg got caught underneath his ankle, yes.
And of course he had nothing to defend himself with as he collided with the toe. I think he's okay. They wouldn't want him to twist an ankle at this stage.
But there was a hand in Zeller's back, really, wasn't there? And those things actually go missed sometimes. But it was the speed. I mean, another yard, another few inches even, and Amat was going to be away and past.
This time it's Vithouse colliding with the turf. It's gone to Spain, much to Germany's dismay and surprise. Now this is a
Benares.
Costa Denares, a surging run down the right-hand side. Hasn't seen a huge amount of pitch time here. Costa Denares.
Frank, oh, I know him as, but there's a Frank Costa Denares, I think it must be.
That's the one.
He stayed with my family in Australia for a while. That's how I know him. But yeah, he's a young boy in the team, so hasn't been on the pitch that much here. And probably right on the edge of selection for the Olympics, I would suspect.
Now this is Vess. And so is this. That's Ben out there. Vithouse goes on one of those little runs of his. Rather losing his way there and losing the ball as well momentarily. Timo Vess. Nice pick up there by Weissenborn. Goes on a run. Germany trying to make something happen in that Spanish circle. And Spain shutting up shop at the moment. Less than 9 minutes remaining in this one. Job done as far as the Iberians are concerned. 3-0 they lead.
Well, they do defend the circle well, and the Spanish content to do so now, comfortably ahead. It'll be hard for Germany to get back. But a goal at least would increase their belief a little.
Vithouse. Hoped. Off the Spanish foot, taken quickly. Ribas gets it away.
And that's where Spain are good. They're good in the circle, good around their feet. Safe and clear the ball.
Not quite sure what Roel van Aert's done here. He's signaling a 16-yard hit out. Anyway, it matters not. Ball grist to the umpiring mill. Fabregas looks to get it moving quickly. David Legre was in good space in the middle of the field. Salah losing out there. This is Weissenborn. Dragoon ahead of him. Gaza in before the ball could reach Dragoon. David Allegre. Santi Fresher goes on a run against Philip Zeller. Boy, hit given just outside the German circle.
And this is where they're so dangerous. They defended strongly, but then at the other end there's someone like Fraser or Amat by themselves, one-on-one with space. They're damned hard to stop in that situation.
David Legre just not able to deliver that final pass. Eddie Arbus was there, if required. Well, not much for Marcus Weiss to smile about in this game from the first minutes, and he's now 6 minutes away from the end of this one.
In the end, when you're in that situation, a bit slippery. Sometimes as you get off the edge of the pitch, the players do slip. Novato struggled then. But if you're the coach in this situation, you've got to look for the positive, and you go to the numbers. While 3-0 sounds bad, I doubt that there's been 3 times as many chances for Spain as there were for Germany. Germany, if they tidy it up, they don't have that early one against, and they finish one or two of theirs, suddenly it's a much more even situation, and I suspect that's what they'll have to do. And they look at the analysis, it's not as bad a picture as the scoreline might indicate.
Spoken like a politician, Eric.
Like a coach who knows what it's like and has felt it.
Positive spin. So we have a free hit now to the Germans. A goal would give them something to cheer.
Well, even if we look at the stats at half-time, it was 10 shots to 6, and you'd have to say it's probably not much more than that in the second half. Similar sort of stats. So if it ends up being 20 to 12, 3-0 perhaps doesn't reflect it.
This is David Allegri, all mocked away from it. The whistle's already gone.
Spain's game is clear now. They're just one or two players breaking at the front. They're happy to use those brilliant strikers that they have in that capacity, but to make sure that their goal is safe.
2 balls on the pitch, entirely due to the players who hadn't seen the ball coming on from behind.
I don't think the Spanish wanted to see it. They were quite happy for the delay. The pitch is very dry now, though, isn't it? If we look out at it,
lots of whiter patches down there now. Oh, that's a bad challenge.
So this will be an issue. They'll have to put a lot of water on before the next game. And with the Dutch playing, I'm sure they will.
This is Denares. Albus with mistrap. Wouldn't want the job of taking all the loss to blast off after the game. Exfoliation gone mad. Now, this is Zeller. Scooped over the top, but Ramon Allegri is underneath it. Oliver lays it off, but not particularly accurately.
A little metaphor for the game there. The ball was fed out slowly, and the German player behind his opponent, whereas what we found with the Spanish is they've been jumping in front. There's an example then.
That's the penalty corner. Won there by Keller. Costa Denares was drawn into the challenge.
Well, he jumped in front, as you have to, and he's a bit unlucky. And maybe this is the break. There he reaches in front, hits his stick. It's not dangerous, really. I can't understand why that would be anything but play on.
Well, it's an opportunity for Germany. Florian Keller, whose stick was checked there by Frank Denares. Nicholas Meinertz, push out. Keller shot straight at the goalkeeper and swept away to safety there by Alex Fabregas. So Keller denied again. Hasn't found the corners today. Shots too centrally placed. Korn, free hit Germany. Now there's a chance here. Oh, Weissenborn, I think he had one eye on the goalkeeper there, to come way off his line. 2 minutes to go then here. Points already decided. Let's watch that corner again. Keller's shot. Well saved there.
Costa was going the wrong way, just didn't quite get it wide enough. Be happy with that save. He wasn't really well balanced, was he?
He wasn't. He was going to his right, and his left hand doing the job there. Weissenborn, given up. Top quality player, Thibaut Weissenborn. Chance here for Germany, but again, as so often in this game, just breaking down that. Watch it again.
Hit it hard, yes, off the foot. Keller was in position, nothing he could do about that, just a deflection. That's why it's so important for the Spanish player to get his stick on the ball, and he did just enough.
This is Albus. Ramon Allegre. Roddy Garza. Oliver losing out. This is Keller now for Germany. Another turnover. I would imagine that Maurits Hendricks will be very pleased with this team performance today. They found their game here in Rotterdam after a rather unpromising beginning this time last week. And here they are playing somewhere approaching their best. Playing with a great deal of confidence and cohesion.
Well, they got a dream start. They do have three magnificent strikers at the front who are all playing well, and they've won very comfortably.
That's the final hooter here at Rotterdam. A highly entertaining game, a wonderful performance by Spain. They have got the better of Germany by 3-0. Well, it's celebration time down there on that Spanish bench. The group stages are now over, and the Spanish have guaranteed a place in tomorrow's final. Smiles all round. Santi Fresher there, one of the front runners. Got his name on the goal sheet. No smiles in the German camp. Another tough day for them without Christopher Zeller, who goes across there with the suspended Sebastian Biedelack. Little Matthias Witthaus there on the team bench. No one could have tried harder, but it just wasn't Germany's day. Maurits Hendricks, once again, a very proud coach. So we've got the highlights coming up. Spain have beaten Germany by 3-0. Spain celebrating as we look back on a fascinating game, and what a start we had right from the pushback. Spain making inroads to and into the German circle, and Hollermatz at the end of the move, set up there by Santi Fresher, and a wonderful start. The second goal early in the second half, put away there by David Allegre, with the German defence at 6s and 7s. Förster and Bubbles getting each other's way, and Allegre the simplest of tasks. And the third goal came from the penalty corner. Santi Fresher there with a little bit of help from the defender as well along the way. But a very convincing win today for Spain. Are they going to be good enough to win the Champions Trophy? Spain 3, Germany 0. Already they've got the pitch watering system out here as we look back on what that result means to this table. Spain now on 10 points alongside Argentina, who have a nervous wait now to see whether Australia can get up there and get above them. Australia have still got the Netherlands to play. The Netherlands will not be in the final. They're now out of it as well. So that one coming up for you. The Netherlands against Spain is the next game on, and that promises to be a cracker as well. Congratulations to Spain, top team on the day. They've won this one by 3-0.